How do? Right, split charger relay came today, but I've had some really distressing news. My multimeter snapped and I'm really upset. So I'm in mourning for this, but I'm not sure, without really getting into it, whether you can open them up or not. I'm really upset. Anyway, right, split charge relay from Simply Split Charge. I'll put a link in the description. It's I got the 5-meter cable. It actually says Durite Split Charge Kit, but it is also a VSR, volt sensitive relay. So what do you get? Ducting for inside the engine bay, just to protect it basically. Obviously this is the actual relay itself. There you go. Put it back in its box. Earth wire. That's for your leisure battery as far as I know. I think what it is, this kit, it's when you are just, you get your leisure battery and you need to put split, you have no earth wire, but I've already got an earth wire from my batteries to the chassis, so, but that's what it's for anyway. Put that there with rest of junk. Right, then you've got all sorts of things here. You've got some sticky things that goes on. You've got two fuses. The blade, not the blade, sorry, it's like let me find it. Them, you know, you can see it or not. There we go. And they go into these. All this sticky stuff here, it goes on back, which I am going to use as well as screw it. So yeah, so you get two of them, some sticky things, like I say, your fuses, all the screws, and a drill bit. That's handy. Some sticky things for your cables. These stick on, and then you shut them. There you look, cable ties. They go through. There's some little splits. You'll be able to see them or not. There's some splits in there. And it's just for keeping the cable tied. Because the cable ties. These various crimps. Obviously they're all for 16mm square cable, which is this, that, and I'll tell you now, that weighs on a bit. Maybe it's 5 meters of it, but it is very big stuff. Yeah, like I say, there your do's. Crimping at the end of there. You've got some heat shrink. And you also get, which I didn't notice, 2 battery terminals. My problem is, these are 16mm, I think it is. I can't remember what it is now. Can't remember. But they won't fit me a larger battery, which I'm gutted about, really. You know, I got them stupid things, and I wish I hadn't have bothered now. Those where you get loads of bloody. Anyway, yeah, going off subject, aren't we? Right, so that's it. All the stuff, and you get some real. I've already gone through the instructions. Really easy to follow instructions. I've just had to ring them because I'm not sure when we're having two batteries in parallel. Do I just connect it to one of the live terminals or not? That is your instructions. There we go. Easy peasy. Plus it's in writing as well. Easy. Well, I'm saying easy. I'm on and off today. So right, let's gel on. Oh, I think I'm going to start by get the fuse box installed in there under the bonnet. Cut and crimp a wire without connecting it. Oh, if I could connect it from the live on the starter battery. Don't put the fuse in. You know then don't put that in yet, and then I can run the batteries through some tubing which I've got somewhere, some ducting under the van. It's not going far. Yeah, and then I can sort out where I'm going to actually put my split charge, the relay. Right, I'm going to gel on. Right, first thing to determine is where to put it's actually one of these that I'll be fitting. Yeah, one of them. That is for the power steering as far as I know. So I'm wondering about here, just there. There's already an hole there, and I've just tried one that screws that supply, so I only need to drill one and one hole. Then the live's here, so it's not far from it either. They reckon within 25 centimetres, 250 mil, so that'll be okay. I think it'll be about there. I might have to bend wire a bit, but I think it'll be okay. Right, that's what I've done. I've put it there. They're already in all there. I've just drilled another one here underneath. Plus I've got the sticky pad at the back as well, so that's not going nowhere. Right, so what I'm going to do now is measure a cable from here. Let's get back a bit. From here to there. Obviously I'm going to put a bit of a bend in it and crimp them two ends. So, the beginning. I've had to go to Screwfix, buy some wire cutters, and also I don't have a well, a crimping tool I mean. I do for the regular crimps, but not for these. So piss it down. Right, so I'm hoping that them work, you know, to squeeze these together. We shall see which crimps, and according to this, anyway, this 6mm. So I'm assuming, well, it actually says it on there. Anyway, it's 6mm. So cut the edge of that. Right. They didn't work at all. All I did was just flatten it. So what I've done, I've actually got my normal crimps, put it in the yellow one, and really give it some, but it's on, you know what I mean. So right, what you do as well with these, you get the heat shrink. Don't forget to put the heat shrink on, you know what I mean. Put 2 pieces on before you put the other 6mm thing on. In fact, I bet that, you know, it won't surprise me if that went over it. Over that. It does. So it doesn't actually matter. With a 6mm, with the other ones, it will. Right, it started to rain. Come into heat shrink. Pissing down. Right, it's quite simple if anybody has never done it. All you basically do is get one of those red sleeves that I just showed you. You put it over. These is for stripping paint. Be really careful because it's too much, really. You know. But like I say, all you basically do is just warm them up and they shrink round. That's it. Right, well obviously that goes on there and that goes to your light, and then obviously it goes through the fuse and everything's okay. What we have to do now I've got this sorted for that, it's pointless putting it on because I don't want to be putting the fuse in yet, but I want to get all wires cut to length. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to measure, well not measure, get the wire, put it from here, it's going to go round there and down behind the bulkhead, well underneath the bulkhead really, and then under the van, then it's going to pop up about there. Right, I've got under the van and there's already some duct in here. That is for whatever's I don't know what it's for, to be honest with you, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow that because I don't want to get too near the exhaust. Yeah, so, and it comes down here like I said, my cable that comes down, so I'm going to bring it down and follow this, and what I can do then is put it on top and cable tie it to this. This is turning out to be more difficult than I thought. It's just the do, but what I've got some of this. I've had it for forever. Some of that. Now I'm just wondering whether to run it through this and cable tie that to it. I think that's going to be the best job. It's going to take a bit of time, so I think it'll be worth the effort. Right, put all the cable that I had left through some ducting. It's going down there, coming out there. What we need to be doing now, before anything, is putting another crimp on here, 16mm. Yeah, for the 16mm wire, sorry. Yeah, and then just connect it up, and then feed the wire. Feed the wire through, then just connect it up, but not actually tighten it. You know what I mean? What I try to do is, obviously that's your crimp. Line it up so as this end here, that little hole, you see it? I just like to, and then obviously mark it well, so I want to be cutting about there. I've crimped it on best I can. It's case now I've put this over there. Right, I like to get it so as it's just teetering on the edge of the hurdy-gurdy. Right, in this case then I'll just right, so just a quick recap. Fitted the fuse, screwed it to the chassis. I've made a cable that goes from there to here. This cable here, that is going into some ducting. It's going through down the chassis. Now what I'm going to do now is get underneath to the other existing pipe. There's another one that's there, look, that. I don't know if you can see it or not. Well, I'm going to attach it to that and follow it back. I am not joking you, it just took me 5 hours to run the cable under the vehicle. Not just because it was difficult, but because of the rain. Oh, I'm absolutely drenched, so I'm going to leave it at that for the time being. Like I say, I've come through ducting and everything. I'm going to follow the original. There's already some cable that comes out there, but it went into chassis. There's no way I could have followed it, so I've had to route my own way. Right, I'm coming through one of the drops, the vents things, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually cover that, just to tidy it off. And also, I haven't got enough cable. I'm going to need another meter. I don't need a meter, I need about 2 foot, but right, so at least it's under the van now. If it pisses down, I'm okay inside. Thank God for that. Day 2. I'm actually dry and it's sun shining. What a gorgeous day. Right, right, at least it's typical really, isn't it? I'm working inside and it's not raining. Yeah, me wires are coming up there. I've cut this out of a bit of scrap I had when I was building furniture. Just tidies it up, and also I've cut a piece of carpet to put in there as well, and it'll be nice and pretty. I've cut a board which is there, and that is going to go there. Right, put that on there. Obviously you know about the deck. I'll put one on that side as well. Mounted the fuse switch. These here, they just holding it and then it stick up. Right, pinned the cable up. This is what it looks like inside the back of the VSR. There we go. Hey, oopsie daisy. Well, you can't actually see it, can you? There. Auxiliary battery to the left, starter battery to the right, which is on there. All I need to do now is fix it up. I'm putting it here. Right, fixing it up. The cable's going to come from this side, and then it'll run to the fuse, and then a little into the fuse. So it's just a case of now I wait for the other cable to be delivered. Hello, my new tripod. Yeah. Cool, isn't it? That's just to extend. It actually extends a bit more. I think it goes to about 1.2 meters, which isn't so bad. It's okay. Your phone goes in between there. Seriously though, how can they do them for £6? £6 free delivery. Couldn't believe it. Anyway, so it's making my life easier for filming for you chaps and gals. Right, so today anyway, I'm going to be finish off the split charger. I've got everything wired up from the battery to under here, so I'll just show you that. How do? Right, these two are for the to put in the batteries into parallel, so we'll do that after. These are, well, for one for the Zig TV, blah 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 blah. Right, right. I made that other day, but I've actually found a fuse holder that has earths on, so I might not need this, you know, because it is. Man, you haven't said that. It does look pretty, doesn't it? Huh? Yeah, because I'm gonna have a like a car fuse holder there. Then everything going, it'll all be nice and tidy and neat. Right, the reason why it's took so long to do this, but you won't know that because you're watching all the video, because I've been waiting for cable. I only needed about 2 foot of order 3 meters. Anyway, right, so as you know, this here, that's coming from the battery through a fuse that split charge provide. I've done that there, so what we're going to do now is measure. That's going to go there, you see, yeah, and there's going to be a wire straight to the fuse, and obviously from the fuse to the live terminal, well, back one actually. Yeah, so I shall cut a wire that length. I've put one of them on, I forgot what they're called now, well, connectors. That is going to go on this, like that. These, they're 6mm. So if we take this off here and drop that screw down there to where I could never ever get, oh, that'll be going on there, like that, yeah, and this will be going in there. Like it's just to get the right length of cable. Right, and obviously, so that's going to be on there, a bit lower there. So it wants to be cutting there. I know it's a load of faffing about, but it'll make the job look a lot better, tidier. This can come off there without dropping the nut. Put it on there. I'll probably knock that off and knock it in a place where I'll never be able to find it, so put it down there, eh? Right, so that's done. Right, so what we can do now, we can actually fix up the VSR split charger, VSR, whatever you want to call them. Right, as a back plate, so we might as well use it. Can actually put that on there. Yeah. Right. Right, that's not solid. But right, what I'm going to do now, can't I say? Right, got to put another wire from here to the, yeah, onto the hurdy-gurdy. But anyway, I've got to get a piece of wire in there to there. I don't think it doesn't really matter about, as long as it's not under length, it should be okay. I forgot to mention, because we're going to the battery terminal, the connectors, this is 6mm, that's what the majority is, you know, connected to the fuse or the VSR, they're all 6mm. Right, when you get to here, it's different. I almost forgot myself. Now there's 10mm that they supply, and there's also 8mm. Now I think this is an 8mm, but I'm going to have to undo it to check it out. But it's definitely not 10, that's for sure. So it's going to be an 8. Right, I've made the last piece of cable. Obviously it goes there. And I've done it a lot longer than what's really necessary. It's just in case I ever have to move it. I'm only doing these finger tight. Right, so that's all connected up. There's one under the bonnet, you know, this is the same one that goes from the fuse to the battery. I'm not going to film that, I just think it's pointless. So I'll go and put that on now. Just read the instructions. You're supposed to do everything backwards. So although I've already tightened them up, I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you. Right, the fuses that go in these are 100 amp strip link fuse, they're called. And these are these bad boys. Obviously these, well, they give you 4, so you've got a couple spare. So we shall put one of these in, and then we're okay to tighten up according to the instructions. These obviously they slide at the back of the nuts, so that's why you have not got to tighten them up as yet. So it's a case of off with the wires, put the fuse in like so, and then back on with the wires. That's okay. Right, so we've got it from the leisure battery live through to the fuse, all fused up, then it goes to the split charge relay, the VSR, all tightened up. That can be closed now, or maybe not. Wow. There. Through the VSR, the cable is then going from the VSR, or this, yeah, from VSR down, yeah, through to the floor, and then it shoots off then to the other fuse under the bonnet. Right. Like I say, it's coming from the positive on the battery, and it's going into the fuse box. When you put in these fuse box, I forgot to mention, they've got to be no more than 25 mil, 250 mil, 25 centimeters from the terminal. I've got mine well within, well, you know, I didn't measure this wire, to be honest with you. You know, I better check that, haven't I? Approximately 220, so I'm actually further away than what I actually thought. Anyway, but it's well within tolerance, so tolerance. Right, obviously the fuse. Right, I think we're good to go. We'll just go around making sure everything's hunky-dory and where it's supposed to be, where it's supposed to be, etc. So, right, so we've got it, just to recap, that's all. 16mm square cable going to 100 amp fuse, and it goes under, down, round, through some ducting, and then under the vehicle. Yeah, it goes from the floor, from after the floor, which obviously comes from the battery, through the VSR. Make sure inside it attached tells you starter battery, auxiliary battery. Make sure you get them the right way around. Then it goes to the other fuse, 100 amp, and then to the live and electric battery. Only thing I haven't connected up at the moment is the earth, which will reach to there. But I need to put my parallel battery cables on, and also the earth to the chassis for the batteries. So I shall do that now. Right, first thing, earth. Right, so it is now earthed. Well, I will do when I tighten it up. Oh, hang on. Might as well, while I'm at it, put the earth strap. Right, so that's the earth done. Now for the positive. Oh, you fucker. Don't ever. Yeah, you know what I did anyway, so. It's stupid that, weren't it? You know what that is? Overconfidence. Right, both in parallel now. Obviously split charge relay, VSR. Right, let's see if it works. Have a look. So it's now charging the LBs. Oh, chuffed about that. Only problem I'm pissed off with, I've put in a stupid place. Right, result.